Right. Now, somebody double check if there's audio. Hi.
There is.
Alright, cool. That was irritating as hell. So I apologize for that, folks. Um, I did not realize there was no audio being streamed, because there should have been, but apparently some weird doohickey
Originally,
happened.
yeah.
Yeah, the tracks fell off the wayside or something of that sort. Um, hold on.
So, to do a quick recap of the stuff that apparently did not have the audio in it.
Yeah,
Uh,
okay,
yeah.
so very
So,
quick cover over what we just did. Let me move over back to this area. Roasted and the other woman who is not this picture, but I don't actually have the other token, so we're going to pretend this is the right token, which it's not. Y'all talked about a few things. We learned this was Tanya, with the biggest of muscles, whom y'all might remember from JoJo's. If you've not seen JoJo's, go watch it. Pretty fun, funny stuff, good stuff. And y'all left. She got a call on her phone. He left to do other business. Moving back to the city here. He regrouped with his team, met up with, also want to make a part two, met up with his team, which was Sharktooth, and was going to be Mal, but he's not here. And then the other team, which was Rogue and Zero, are heading over to this map and field area place, which is fun. And then in this area right here, yeah, don't worry about the other tokens for now. It's fine. It's fine. These guys were up here, and y'all were talking with the idol and the manager, or Mr. J, something like that. Agent
just Jay.
Just
Just
J.
Jay.
All right, Mr. J. He was explaining that
Jay.
this was an idol show. Oh, Jesus. Sorry about
Jay.
that. He was explaining this was an idol show. She was performing her techniques and stuff like that, her dancing, moving around. Ron blended into the crowd and became a civilian, more or less. Yes, while she did very similar things. So did Dollhouse. Then this chick was shooting at rabbits with a gun, a tiny pink rifle. The rabbit led her over here, and then Washi came by, and then the rabbit turned out to be Sharktooth, who got yeet upwards. Ron walked over to Washi. Washi put some wire on him. Ron then went down here, pretending to be drunk, threw some beer at him. He went up here. Ron followed him very, very closely behind, and Washi came down here. Sorry, Wally came down here.
I came down looking like not me, and informed her not to. Here, Kane was like over here. Yeah, where's the little pink one?
Yeah, and the
Her?
shark girl was like right there.
Yeah, the other girl was right here, son.
Yeah, that's where she is.
And he casually, while sitting kind of a little bit of away, kind of 5 feet, went, "You probably shouldn't do that, or you probably shouldn't do that."
Yeah. Okay. I didn't record this, by the way, Zero. So, I think that would kill my computer. So, okay. She looks at you and she's like, "Oh, and why should I not do that, my fine fellowed friend?" Who looks like a. Why are you here? There's a whole show going on. Look,
He looks like a
idol.
complete civilian, which is the best part. He doesn't
Look,
look like
the
him.
idol. Why are you paying attention to me with my shark face? I know.
Well, when you
I'll
have
give
a
you an
small
autograph
child
later.
shooting a thing, and that thing tries to run outside of the thing, and you notice that it's giggling the entire time, yeah, you're really bad at acting like a rabbit, frankly.
I really hate rabbits. You know that? I'll give you my autograph later, though. You just sit there, look pretty, and
Who are
I'm
you?
gonna take care of it. I'm Sharktooth. Whole fan base, Twitter profile.
Dollhouse looks at you, looks at her blank faced. What's a Twitter?
Uncultured man. Alright, Mr. Buddy Boo, who looks like he's drenched in some kind of purple dye. Let's gang up on these. Who's that guy behind you? She looks at Ron.
I don't know, and I really don't know.
Ron comes over with his mug and he puts his arms around the guy's like, "Hey, buddy, can you show me the way back to the stage? I think I'm lost."
Uh, he looks to Shark Tooth right now with just waiting for the thing.
She shrugs. He's not our mission. I could eat him if you want me to.
It's over there now, please. He pushes him away. Get off me.
Push.
Hey, come on, dude. You don't need to be such a jackass.
Like I said, I really don't have time for this. Now, please get away from me with your drunken breath.
Oh,
Idiot.
where are you going? I never said you could leave.
I'm not leaving. I'm just getting away from you.
Oh, but I don't want you to move. What did that do you not understand? Hey, Sin,
Mm-hmm.
have him roll a dex.
Ooh, roll dex for me. Oof.
Shall I?
Yeah. Wonder if you can even get that low. I think actually you would have to get an actual. Oh my
Oh
god.
my god. Wow, you barely won that.
Yeah.
Ooh, you're a
So-
little bit slippery, aren't you? But who said you're allowed to move?
So as you start trying to move, you do feel a weird slipping sensation along some of your arms and whatnot, but then you're held firmly still as Shark 2 looks over to you. Oh no! You got paused.
Oh, come on. You got thrown earlier. Granted, you were a lot lighter then.
So Ron,
I'm-
seeing this that he's now been caught,
Mhm.
he like throws the mug away. He kind of crosses his arms in front of himself, and when he pulls them apart, his suit materializes on him with his helmet. Ha ha, sucker! You got by the dollhouse.
The girl puts her hand on your shoulder. You look tasty.
You're not allowed to eat him.
And so do you.
Aw.
You know, I really like tuna.
I'm still smoking my cigar, and I
Mhm.
guess time.
She's like puffing on your mouth. She's like,
and I guess,
Huh?
and I guess the time's up now.
more or less. I mean, your target is the girl, but she looks back at Washi and she looks at Ron.
Before
She's
he
like,
does anything, he throws the cigar.
You
at
can't
one of the
move.
men. I know
Mhm.
I can't. Oh, I can't.
No.
your body is basically completely held still by what you can feel. Actually, roll me a sense real quick. But what you can feel is a bunch of what feels like wires kind of moving around your entire body, which is kind of unpleasant. Seems to be holding you still, but not constricting.
So, little Miss Fishy, Ron kind of gets down a little lower to be
Mhm.
face to face with her. Tell me, are you like covered in mucus or something, or just a little slimy to an extent? Like, because, being a fish
Mhm.
out of water, you kind of need to be a little moisturized, right?
She like licks her lips. Well, you see, I kinda can't, kinda don't. It depends on the day. She wiggles herself a little bit, looking actually like a weird ass jellyfish. Mostly, I just eat people. Depends on when I can, though. Sometimes I
So-
just have to stay still with these proteins. She like chomps on a protein bar.
So, Ron gets a little bit
Fishy.
closer, his arm kind of materializing.
Mhm.
So, how are you at electricity? As he fires like one of his electric shocks at her.
Is that a physical thing? Like, is it like a container that like shoots into her
Yeah,
mouth?
yeah. It's a container full that he just shoots like in a ball of electricity at an opponent. Kind
Ah.
of like how it's with the fire shot. It's just a ball of fire. Ice is just like a big glob of ice, and the bomb is like technically on here the bomb should be called lemon shot instead. Then
Yeah, the thunder shot.
yeah,
Oof.
yeah,
Well-
thunder shot. It's literally just like he's shooting literal lightning at her. So
Funny enough, you hit both her and Roasted character with that roll, as she like looks at you as the thing like hits her on the head and shocks her, and she's like, "Woo!" Whew, that was tasty. But you know what I really like being? She looks at Washi and then Wally. Octopus. She just kind of
Nope.
grins. What was that?
She's also in the high end, so I can just wrap her up.
Funny note about octopi, they don't technically have bones. and so they can fit through a hole that's a quarter, the size of a quarter. So as you wrap her up with stuff, her body like convulses almost as it looks like she starts growing octopus limbs and stuff like that. As her body starts to squeeze itself and move itself down through your wires in a very disturbing and gross looking mold of her bones moving and just squishing essentially.
So is she turning into a
Uh,
literal octopus?
So I want to throw my hand at Dollhouse.
Gotcha.
Oh god.
I'm just gonna yeet that sucker.
Okay. Catches it easily as yeah, she basically
Yeah.
turns into an actual octopus. Both her arms turn to octopus limbs as she's just like slowly moving from like spot to spot as she's like wobbling over. Your wires legitimately cannot keep a hold on her, which is
Can I
very
retreat towards the
unpleasant
girl?
for you.
No,
Can I
no.
retreat towards the girl?
You can, yes.
By the way,
You do have that,
Sin,
yes.
Can I switch the wire mode for the octopus? From
Into like
capture-
actual wires and stuff like that.
Yep.
You can try, sure. Yeah, it would actually turn
Except,
into
like-
wires, which would make it very painful for her to move if she decided to move, because it would stop being all nice and stuff.
Yeah, I think it's better I use that since I need to get out of this.
You can totally use that, yeah. Roll me... Okay, just let me remember correctly here. What happens if one of your wires gets snapped?
Damage to the body.
Okay, would your character immediately retract if it had the possibility of snapping?
Depends on the situation.
Okay.
He doesn't care about physical harm because it's only skin deep.
True. As you, as you're holding her, you do notice. Actually, roll me a sense real quick, or else you're just going to feel it when you notice it. All right, cool. So you do notice that as you have a bind around her, she does start to bend and warp her body more or less, as she has her open mouth surrounding some of the wire and is about to chomp down on it.
Hey, Sim, you remember that secondary fact about them when they're wires about being razor sharp?
Yeah, her teeth are
He's gonna cut
also
off her
razor
limbs.
sharp. You don't cut off her limbs?
Yep. I don't recommend that. And you know what? I'm getting sick of this a little bit. As you see him take his open hand that's out, grab at the air, and shank down as hard as he can.
Jeez. She starts to fall down a little bit as she lets out a cry of what you assume is pain, as you notice her limbs actually do start regrowing. Slowly, but they do start regrowing, as she starts trying to chomp at your wires as they're
Alright.
going down. Roll me a...
Is Roasted's character gonna stop me from escaping with the child?
yeah,
He
yeah,
does
I
have
can
a
do-
very specific move, so he would actually be able to. So
'Cause
he's...
I'm retreating with her, and I think he
Yeah.
probably wants to stop
Probably
me.
gonna do that. Yep.
Yep.
Well,
So-
Ron aimed his blaster at right at his head because he's like still right next to him. He switched it to lemon mode this time, so he's just gonna be firing big old. the
As
big
you
lemon-
shoot towards him, especially... Well, actually,
No,
you'd be
he's
shooting...
not shooting. He's not shooting. He's aiming it at him to tell him like,
Oh.
I wouldn't do that if I were you, because he saw him trying to move because he's standing right next to him.
As you're looking at him, you notice his entire body seems to waver, almost like a mirage of sorts.
I really don't have time for this, you little nut job. Also, you look ridiculous with that suit.
Oh, he did not just diss the suit. That's Ron's doing like that sassy black woman head wiggle. So
Did
he
not
starts,
just insult
he
me.
starts running, trying to follow in his wake if he somehow can.
Yep.
Yeah, should I move over here now? Or...
Yeah, so he turns into what is basically a mist of sorts as he flies through the air and flies quite far away from most of y'all. You running
Ron,
desperately
Oh,
after him.
oh, wait, that reminds me. How pissed off are you, Ron?
Yeah, how angry are you?
Oh, he's not mad. He's just more annoyed than anything.
Okay. Washi, are you not feeling anything at the moment?
I mean, not particular. I can't think of anything.
Oh,
He's just doing his job.
An octopus can only get through a hole as long as it's bigger than their beak.
I know that's what I was
I,
about to. I was gonna tell
Mhm.
Dollhouse to be like, "Hey, wrap around, try to get around her beak so she can't move."
Yeah. She doesn't really have a beak. So her body started moving into octopus, but mostly her limbs did, as well as her body took the composition of an octopus, essentially, which was, again, quite disturbing to see. Um, let's see.
You're all the same. Every fucking one of you. So idiotic.
I might as well turn off the stealth thing because he's
Excuse
back.
you. I gesture towards the small child. Language.
Yes,
Does it look like I fucking care? I really don't have time for this, so...
Of the child. She is quite scared at the moment, which for you, Roasted, means a...
Time for something evil. Oh, I can feel it too from her.
Let's see. Oh, I have one for fear, so I'm going to just say that anger and fear are the same one for now. But that's because
That would be despair more than anything.
Huh?
Despair.
No, she doesn't feel despair. She feels fear at the moment.
Yeah, well,
Despair
fear
she's
and
used to.
despair- Well, wouldn't fear and despair be sort of similar?
Kind of.
Similar, but
Despair is
I
knowing you
consider
have
them
no
very
way of
different.
surviving, essentially, and you are, you're despairing at your situation. You essentially
Right now,
are...
plus she's a little girl. I'm not sure that
Honestly,
necessarily despair is the correct thing compared to the fear of being pursued.
I think fear would probably be wind if I had to make one.
I mean, potentially wind. Because it is quite fearful. Let me... Do you have a wind one? I don't think you do.
No, I don't. I'm just saying, like, that could be one thing we could add next time.
Yeah, probably next time. But for now, we're going to pick a fire one, as the fear seems to almost drain out of her, as Roasted looks at her, and you guys see this creature pop up.
Yep.
Hmm? Yeah. Back to Wally and what's her face? She looks at you as like her limbs start to regrow almost. It's again quite disturbing to listen to for the most part. By the way, did the electricity was the electricity a loud bang by any chance?
I wouldn't say so. It was, it'd be like a zap.
Yep.
A zapping sound, like you know how when lightning flashes or something, but not like with a thunderbolt. Kind of like how.
Oh, so it's a bright flash. Okay.
Yeah.
What was that, Corn?
So I'm going to loudly shout to Dollhouse, throw it farther away. Hopefully
Gotcha.
that's what that
You see
means.
Dollhouse like throw it up into the air. You see it start spinning and it chunks it as far as he can using a string.
Oof.
And momentum.
Mm-hmm. As you do that, Sharktooth pulls out yet another protein bar, I suppose.
You see Dollhouse cut it up immediately.
Huh?
Dollhouse cuts it up immediately. He's still covering her in string. He also walked closer, so now he has even more. I recommend you stop resisting. I'd rather not rip you to shreds.
You're approaching her.
Oh god. She grins at you as she licks her lips. As long as your wires are around my face, I can jump, jump, jump.
You notice Dollhouse went, I recommend you don't, as he pulls a wire through her cheek. Like he pulled it through the muscle.
Ow, that kind of
I taste blue rare.
As he's sitting there and he's holding the wire back and he's like, I know how to deal with people with sharp quirks, ma'am. As he wraps it tighter, I could rip off your head in 2 seconds. I recommend you stop resisting because, actually, as Dollhouse looks up, hey boss. He's talking to her.
Her?
Am I allowed to kill this one?
Oh, her. You hear in your head, nah.
Yes, ma'am. As he wraps, since he's really close now, he puts his doll hand on the back of her head as the wires kind of keep her jaw open. Let me be clear, ma'am. I am Dollhouse, a professional capture hero. Stop resisting, and you will not be harmed further. Keep resisting, and I shall wrap you in the sharpest cocoon you have ever laid your hands on.
You see her tongue start to wiggle out. It like starts to spin in a circle, and she's like, "Can I have the child?"
No.
All right.
This is just getting us nowhere at this point.
Melhouse is doing his best to keep her kind of thing. Granted, it's not the hardest because she's small, and he's also in very high range of everything.
Yeah, it is concerning though, because you do have to very carefully move your stuff around. Because as you've seen so far with her, she is able to wiggle very, very quickly. So you do have to keep constant focus on her and make sure she doesn't snap any of your wires, which could easily bring her free if she did it right. So your focus is almost entirely on her and trying not to make it so she can escape. Washi, you just heard basically from behind you, the little girl kind of sigh as her body like droops a little bit before kind of standing back up and wobbling slightly as a creature that looks to be, let's go with purple. Purple comes out, and it seems to be what you imagine a very scared person would be, and fire seems to be generating around it for the most part, as if trying to keep itself safe.
Well, this is an unfortunate position for me to be in, huh? Okay.
Unfortunately, I really don't have time to be dealing with you right now.
Hey, Zippo.
Can you handle it? I'm sorry. Can you handle this? I can get her out of here, but I can't handle both.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you though. Think you could lend me a hand, so to speak?
Well,
Hey,
I've still got one spare.
Oh wait, that reminds me. He shocked me, didn't he?
Yeah.
He attempted to shock. Well, he shocked
Well,
you a
he
little
shocked-
bit, not as much as the
He
fish.
shocked her, but it
Mhm.
bounced off and hit you as well because of a chain effect that his lightning has.
Yeah. Also, that's pissed him off a little bit. Since you did that, he's kind of a little bit irritated. You know what? No one's giving a any hand today. I'm going to whip him.
Your hand's all the way over here, by the way, behind this thing.
Well, no, I'm
Roll
talking about his other
Click
hand.
again. Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
can you
One behind.
re-click that? I didn't see it because I
Top
was too
right.
zoomed in.
Yeah. Your other hand, you do attempt to offer. Roll me a dex, and Rusted, roll me a dex.
Mhm.
Jeez.
I don't think I'm going to beat that, am I? Nope.
Nope.
Yeah.
You
I'm
attempt
gonna
to whip
disconnect
out.
my hand at the point where he's going to hit.
Yep. As your whip goes forwards, it almost looks like your whip ripped off his hand, which is quite disturbing to see, although not super disturbing. But the whip kind of goes through the gap inside of his hand as it snaps down to the ground, and Ron grabs it.
Yeah. So Ron
Mm-hmm.
takes it. The hand that isn't gonna be his arm cannon.
Mhm.
He puts it on his wrist so Washi can grab a hold real easy so he can run around with it still on him.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to pretty much push down the girl so that we fall onto the ground where I'll have a zipper to pop out where my other hand landed.
Yeah.
She has
That's going to
absolutely
put
no
dozens of
resistance to
meters
you.
away.
She looks almost numb at the moment as y'all teleport over there.
Okay.
You do see that the music has in fact risen up to a significant degree as she seems to be gesturing towards you guys as all eyes are basically on y'all. The music is like pumping to a top as she's like singing. You don't know exactly what she's singing.
Say she, but are you talking about the idol?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to specify that.
Well, I did.
Yeah.
Some people are kind of like,
Oh. Yeah, so she's singing a bunch as the music, starts picking up. There
Okay.
seems like a full band almost in the background. So that could be, technicians,
So
sound music. You know what I mean.
Ron's kind of stretching in front of this villain.
Mhm.
So your thing has to do with some sort of emotional stuff, right? Ah,
That's for you to decide.
that's what I've decided. Considering the little thing over there is cowering in fear, though that fire might be a little problem considering it's being close to those tents. But I'll let the fire department handle that.
Oh,
Now I got a
by the
villain
way.
in my
Oh,
sight.
by the way, my character's still smoking, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
I'm going to throw the cigar at this tent.
The cigar hits the ground
What?
inside the tent. Doesn't seem to do too much. There's
And-
no liquid or anything in there at the moment.
I do want
Mhm.
to say there is something that I'm going to do while behind there. I'm going to kind of shift around and completely handless. I'm going to shout at my pocket, Siri, call emergency services.
Siri
All
call
right.
emergency services.
Yeah, it is in fact being called. So you and Ron are kind of in a standoff at the moment. The little girl seems extremely numb. Like she's not even registering that you exist at the moment. She just is kind of straightforward, very numb, isn't responding much, as you can see her. But yeah, Ron and Roasted, what would you two like to do?
So,
Mhm.
here's what I want to know. If Ron is able to grab a hold of Washi's hand, would he be able to move it in a way where it's making a point and be able to make his own like zipper along the ground so he can, basically having Zippo make a zipper that Ron can then jump through to kind of like teleport around using his own hand?
Hmm.
Because that was my plan by
Mhm.
taking his hand, so
Mhm.
I can technically use his ability to kind of like get out of the way if need be.
I mean, I sort of can do that. I can make, like, if you smack my hand against the ground, I'll know to make a zipper. But aside from that, that's
Yeah.
all I know.
Okay. So then I'll if you feel your hand getting smacked against something, I'm guessing you can probably hear if you have like a zipper on it or something,
Mhm.
which I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure you
Well,
could do.
I can feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so whenever you feel it, when you know it smacks, she's like, oh, might need to make a zipper. So he's gonna, as he's fighting and jumping around, moving around, he's gonna smack a few random things for you to put zippers on, so he can like use those
Okay.
later on.
Okay. And an
Sorry.
important question. You said that the idol has noticed what's going on.
Yeah, she's trying to play into it being in her area. You also do hear
Okay.
on your phone Siri saying, sorry, I didn't quite get that. Did you want to
I'm
call
going
the
to
elephant circus?
I'm going to use my zippers to pull it out by basically adhering it to my body, and I'm going to type 911 with my goddamn nose if I have to.
So I got.
You know it's doable.
So wait, I guess we got to roll initiative or something, or
Yeah, actually. Let me roll, have you and Ron roll, because the other two are busy at the moment. So, yeah, you and Ron roll initiative. Yep. Just click your
So
character, and,
okay,
I
I
don't-
need to see how I get.
oh,
there you go.
I'd also suggest rolling initiative for Jay.
Oh, okay.
Because
Yeah, right,
now,
right, yeah.
if the eyes are on the people, and the manager is going to manage the business.
Let's go with that.
Oh, I get it.
Okay, and then there should also be one more, I think, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Again, my sister is upstairs with me, so I'm going to be using a different token for this.
yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess
we don't have
now.
access to original token.
Yep.
I guess in a minute we're gonna have to stop.
We still got half an hour.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, another 30
okay.
minutes.
Let's do... She has a higher one.
Elephant circus.
Oh, boy. Okay. So that should
So
be
is she a
interesting.
villain or is she a hero though?
You have no idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, so y'all...
You do recognize her, though.
You do recognize her as she stands up, her full 6-foot glory, and rippling muscles showing off as she, like, pulls off her jacket and turns. Okay.
Guess we'll find out as we go then.
Yep. So feel free to do what you will.
Actually, Ron, let's see. Well, I guess it's sense. We said sense from memory, right?
Yep.
It's Tanya, T-A-N.
Are you... Wait, what was it?
T-A-N.
Oh,
Tanya.
T-A-N?
T-A-N. Tanya.
Thank you.
That's her name.
Yeah, so Ron, you're not looking at her at the moment, but you do see a flash recognition in Brad's eyes. Would you like to turn around and see what he's looking at, or keep your focus on him?
No, he keeps his focus on him because he assumes that he's a trickster type and is trying to trick him into turning around.
Okay, so Brad, what
So
would you like to do?
Not focused.
I really don't have time for this. I'm going to try to whip him again.
Okie dokie. Roll
I'm gonna
me
back up a little bit so we can get a little space.
range
And
attack.
yep, I gotta do a ranged attack. Here we go.
Okay, so how do we know if it's gonna hit or not? Though that's what I
That's
wanna
based
know.
on your defense.
Armor class.
Yeah, armor class. Which
Oh, we have armor class.
Yeah, we have armor class. I'm sorry.
you've always had armor class.
When?
Where? Like, where
Uh,
is it?
Literally constantly on. Boop.
No. Like, we have strength, endurance, speed, dexterity,
Oh,
appeal,
your armor
shape,
class
sense.
is your. If I remember correctly.
Okay, it's listed. If you open your character sheet, it should be listed under attributes and abilities. It's not included in your bio and info thing.
Yeah, I don't quite remember
Or
what
at
I
least it's
made
not
for
contained
your
in mine.
AC, but I think it was like.
Oh wait, you also got to roll for my minion.
Oh yeah, right. I forgot about your minion.
Attributes and abilities. So AC.
Yeah,
Ah,
it's also on your character now. Let's do it.
so
yeah.
nice. Oh, this is gonna be.
Oh my god.
Oh, fuck me.
Okay,
The
the
minion
minion-
actually goes first. Which just don't give it that health. You
Well, I mean,
guys.
they're all going before me, so you could just say that he goes first, and since it's his minion, it can always just go after him.
Oh yeah, that's true. No, that's health. That's AC. That is a SP, and this should be 4 out of 5. Okay, y'all should be able to see the health bars now. Those two at
Yeah.
least.
I don't
Okay.
know what my 0 out of 7 is though, so
Oh, that's your SP, which you should have. That's how many times you can shoot your bullets and stuff. You should have
Good.
6, I think, because you just shot
yeah,
one.
because I already used the electric shot.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
use
already-
one.
Yeah,
So you
using
attempt to.
using the lemon shot doesn't use up anything. We might as well change the bomb thing to just lemon shot.
Yeah.
It's basically just like an actual straight up ranged attack.
Which I think you have a range attack. But yeah. Let's see. Your minion, which I believe will just be
I'll
that.
just use electricity, I guess.
Nah, it's right there. Oh, there is a despair minion. Huh. Did not realize there was a despair minion. Alright, we're gonna say it's a despair minion instead of a fear minion. But effectively, the two could be kind of similar, same.
Yeah.
It's going to.
Use
I
dark
really should have read this before I did. Oh, I already said it was going to attack, so it's going to attack anyway. So it's going to attack Ron, which is over
I
his
think-
thing.
Okay, so I think his minion hits, but he himself doesn't.
Yeah, I
hit.
do not hit you, dude. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
my minion does.
Yeah,
Yeah, the minion is gonna hit me.
Yeah, the minion hits you. He does not. So the minion hits you with what feels like a weird bolt of darkness almost. It's not electricity. It's not fire. It's just a weird form of darkness sharpened
yeah.
almost into a point, which was real weird to feel as it didn't quite hit you. It quite went through you almost. Which was very unpleasant and kind of rumbled your everything more or less.
Ugh,
Yeah.
that was weird.
We're gonna call this Fear Minion.
Fear or
Minion.
despair minion, whichever you can make it.
There we go. Fear Minion. Okay. There we go. Alright, so now it's Tanya's turn. Corin, take over.
Oh boy.
don't
So
have a character
she's
sheet for
taking a look at this big honking thing. Like how
Oh.
large is the minion?
The minion is probably around Ron's size.
I hate it. I
Oh.
hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I just realized who the manager is.
Hoping
So,
you would.
Tanya.
Is that Sen's brother or something?
No.
No,
It's a person from a different jump. But,
Yeah. I realize who it is, and I hate it. I hate. I
yeah,
hate this
so-
whole-
Corin, just roll your melee attack and then add +2 to your,
So I'm outnumbered here.
She's
Kind of.
not using a melee attack.
Oh, well, in that case, just,
I
what is
can
she using?
imagine what she's
Yeah.
about to do.
So she walks towards it and seems to mutter something. I assume that at least that's Ron's probably the only one close enough to hear it.
Yeah.
Sense roll to see if he can hear it.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
14.
14.
Yeah, you can kind
Yeah,
of hear it.
that's good enough. Yeah, you hear what sounds to be the phrase, "Your domain is of heaven, earth, and sea. Your power is that of magic. Awaken by thy name, Hecate, before a large warhammer with a handle about 7 feet long starts manifesting in her hand. The entire head of it is not only the size of her torso, which is already sizable, it ignites into flame as she raises it above her head.
Jesus Christ.
Sin, I told you, after what freaking Ron and Walrus did in the JoJo's Jumpchain, she started playing PvP builds with her character.
So are you about to drop the hammer, or?
Yes.
Bam.
It's
Alright.
going to be a heavy swing down directly at it.
Yeah, roll me a your melee attack, and then we're just gonna add +2 to your thing, because technically she has a 6 strength, I would
Just-
say.
Okay, that's a 22,
As it
but the
swings
damage is pretty
down,
low. Yeah.
it hits, and there's just there's a crater in the ground, more or less, from where it used to be. You also see a little girl like snap
it only-
backwards as
only-
she seems to
Oh, it only has
regain-
1 health.
Yeah,
It's
so it's gone.
Okay.
It's not super strong. It's mostly there to attack when it can, but against something that hits like a powerhouse that would cripple Ron, it's just not gonna survive. But you do see a little girl snap back, almost as if she just got shooken awake from a very nasty dream, as she looks very groggy and disoriented.
Oh, good, you're awake. You have fingers. Can you press 911? I keep hitting the 2 with my nose.
She looks at you and you have no hands. Screams.
You know, to be fair, that's a good. As long as you're smiling, a comedic moment, because that's the one thing Dollhouse tried to teach you was be comedic in bad situations.
Yeah, she has a weird,
Smile.
almost happy but also concerned look on her face as she just hits the buttons for you.
By the way, Washi, you technically have one hand.
No, I gave the other one to Ron.
I know, but I threw that hand that way. Remember? You just gotta find it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, yeah, now I'm shuffling
I'm
around
out
looking for my hand in the dirt.
Yeah, you in this case would probably be very much outnumbered depending on whether or not she's your ally or your enemy, which you still haven't quite decided. She just basically
Well,
murdered a shadow
look,
creature.
After hearing that phrase and feeling the quake, he finally decides to turn around and see who that is.
You don't even need to roll sense to look that, because her shirt is very similar to one she wore last time, I believe, or we're just don't
Yeah,
say it is.
she didn't even bother changing her outfit. She
Yeah.
just wears the same jeans and
But
t-shirt.
the look she gives you is one that you will remember for the rest of your days.
Actually, let's see, does he have the same physical appearance?
He has probably the same build, I would say, but probably not many of the other things.
Well,
But
considering
it's just the general look of looking up at someone and standing up to her full height.
considering his mask is on, he's not
Mhm.
as built as he was, and he's kind of like average now.
Yeah.
And his suit and stuff, she wouldn't recognize him, but he is like
Yeah, she doesn't recognize you at all, but that look that she gives, just generally, you recognize easily.
right away. Yeah, and I'm like, oh shit.
Dude, should I say something here?
You're welcome to, yeah. You see
Bringing
him
the hell
turn as he looks terrified
Oh,
now.
should
What'd you
I
say?
say anything? Sure. And then just immediately interrupt him. That was freaking hilarious.
Wait a minute. You two know each other or something?
No, I actually don't know her. I have no way of knowing her at all in my entire life. No.
Well, so he's rolling charisma now, right?
Yeah, that's charisma. Yeah, that's a bluff right there. Okay. Ooh.
Oh, his delivery was exactly that, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, that was exactly. He's like, I do not know you. Nope, I certainly do.
Tanya strides forward, looking between the two of you. All right. Break it up. We've got better things to focus on than a fight.
Yeah, that we do. I mean, we were here for something else completely, entirely. So, this right here is just the icing on the cake. Yeah. you want to deal with him while I go deal with my thing that I was doing? You know, I really don't want to be anywhere near you right now.
What? How
Your
much
fight is
sense
none
would
of my
she have,
business.
Corn?
2, so +2.
Okay, so roll me a sense and -4.
My sense -4. Okay.
I don't
Wow,
think she would
only 11.
recognize him.
Yeah.
His
Okay,
his
she looks-
awkwardness is probably common.
If you want someone to handle your problems, find an independent arbitrator.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, you over there just smashing the thing on smashing, but bringing on the bandhammer on his little minion there. I just assumed you was gonna take care of the rest of it. I was gonna go back and do my own thing because I'm part of a hero school and all that stuff. And I'm just...
Heroes, heroes, heroes. All the same.
Oi! Shut up over there, fucker!
Why don't you
Shut up
shut
for
up,
the
you
lady
little
here.
boy? You look ridiculous with your outfit.
Hey, Sin, can I just walk over with what's her face just all cut up in binds, just like
Yeah, you
So,
could try. Roll me a dex real quick, just to make sure she isn't able to wiggle out.
So he says that.
14. It's not hard
He's
to
gonna
beat.
come right up to him and he's getting right up in his face. Well, at least I don't look like a Persona ripoff.
Ooh, wait, Han, Roasted, roll me a sense.
Oh boy, is that a bad thing or a good thing?
Nah, it's good for
good
you, specifically because of his wording. So you don't quite get it, at least at the moment, because he like walks up to you, but it slowly starts to tick in your brain when he says Persona ripoff.
Oh,
This world doesn't have Persona.
wait a minute. Are you one of the... Oh my gosh.
Good time
Wait.
for you to run.
Wait a minute. Oh, I get it.
hey, ma'am.
I think my time's up here, unfortunately.
Ha! What's the matter? My brilliantness is too much for you to handle? Yeah, I get that. Why don't you just go ahead and skedaddle? I'll let you go off the handle this time, fucker.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I'll see you later. I'll take that girl with me, by the way, if you don't mind.
No, you will not. As Dollhouse tightens the grip on her thing, and if she tries to escape, she'll be ripped to shreds. I recommend you surrender yourself, sir. As Dollhouse is smiling widely, or we can fight. You know, the cops are on their way. I'm pretty sure. By the way, Miss, sorry, can I get your name? As he does have her floating in the air. By the way,
Mhm.
like
Also,
Huh?
what do I roll for sleight of hand?
Dex.
All right. Oh! You know, it's funny
Goddamn.
that I say sleight of hand because guess
Yeah.
what I just put on his body?
Roll me a sense real quick, Roasted. Because you are at the moment focused on.
Just
Are you serious?
ha!
You are completely focused on Wally, namely the fact that Wally could actually kill you right now from what it shows with what's-her-face. So you don't even notice anything Ron's doing because he's just, to you at the moment, Ron's just an asshole with a temper tantrum at the moment. Wally is a legitimate threat.
So
Please
you want to know
surrender.
what I just did?
Place a tracker on him?
No, I did something even better than that.
Oh.
I put Zippo's hand in his pocket.
Oh.
Well,
That's kinda funny.
Philip.
Okay.
I don't think you would appreciate.
Yeah, so you see him holding up Sharktooth, who just have murmurs underneath the many thick layers of wire. Sharktooth, I have a twir.
I
You
don't
know what?
know.
I'm just gonna leave right now. I've had enough.
Yeah,
The police are on their way. No, stay, please. I beg you. It's honestly better if you get arrested, given that you just tried to kidnap a child. Weird pedos. As he's smiling all along the way. By the way, Mr. J, I'm sorry for this interruption. The cops are on their way to take this one in, though we are trying to capture that one. Don't worry, we'll straighten any weirdness
I
up.
know who you are over there, at least. I'll see you later. Onyx.
He turns
That's
into
not-
his mist form as he disappears.
But that's not his name.
That was his name inside of Ruby.
Yeah, but the fact is that Ron is now like he looks back at real fast as he says that.
Mhm.
Wait, how did he? Okay, since it's from memory.
You're just like, how did he? He must have known me from my Blue Bomber days.
No, because nobody would have known who the Blue Bomber actually was. That's the name that the press
Oh
gave
yeah,
to
yeah.
him when he started doing his vigilantism. So he's
Mhm.
like, he's really curious, like, how the fuck does he know my jump
You
chain?
know when you have the lyrics of a song stuck in your head, but you cannot for the life you remember what the song is called, and it just
Yeah,
bugs you all day?
yeah, that's what this is gonna be.
Yep. Shit.
Also, he's coming over here, kind of like slowly as he sees the manager once again, and with the knowledge of Tanya, he recognizes who this is, and he's like, ah, shit.
Why are you
The
screaming?
manager just nods and is like, "Don't worry, it's no problem. You see, I apologize for what's about to happen, but we, let's say I communicated with my idol up there. We know the problem with the situation. We kept the group calm. You can see they're still focused on it. The song's about to wrap up. We'll be stating that there was an attempted kidnapping, but it was easily handled by such skillful heroes, and that all will be well for the rest of the night.
Dollhouse
If
looks at him kind.
spotlight, if you don't like the spotlight, I'd suggest leaving the area within the next minute or so. Though if you'd like the accolades, we don't mind.
Sorry, no, it's
No,
my
fuck the wrong.
personal thing, and they are just students. As much as I would love to, I'm gonna chill out in one of the tents with this one as he moves his hand slightly to
Mhm.
make sure the strings are nice and tight. Thank you for your help, sir, and the ability to keep people calm. That made things a whole lot better, but I am not and should not be known by the public, as Dollhouse gives a very straight, like his most non, his very like a very very serious look, like the smile is gone. I
Mhm.
am not to be known by the public properly due to who I am and what I do. Thank
Of
you for your
course.
time and your effort, Miss. May I get your name real quick, madam?
Tanya. The massive great hammer slowly fades out of existence.
Thank you for your assistance, and I'm sorry to interrupt your time.
No problem.
Ron walks up to the manager as he looks right at him. He's like, "Yeah, at least we're trying to be heroes this now. So kind of getting taught by an actual good society. It's more than you can say for some people, Jojo."
Dollhouse looks at you all. Does he know you
Hey,
two?
uh,
Jay pauses slightly. Oh. Oh. It has been a little while. My
Yeah,
apologies.
it
I
has.
didn't recognize you through the mask.
I know. That's why I have it. I don't want. I Now that I know that there are others out there, I'm kind of trying to stay on the down low, to an extent.
Mhm.
But
Well, you
superheroes kind of gives you a little bit of more liberty.
I'll be frank. You provided me a service today, and I like to repay my debts.
Hmm.
She is not in the city right now, though she will be soon enough. Keep a low profile and don't let her recognize you if you know what's good for your health. She'll
Oh,
be arriving within the next 12 hours.
so he just the hand that isn't his a blaster right now just kind of puts it on his face. He's like, "Are you serious? She's going to be here too?
Yes,
How many others of your little group are going to be here?"
the fourth decided he elected not to come.
Yeah,
A
especially considering
shame.
what happened to him last time. Yeah, it makes sense.
He pauses. Oh, you've met him before. I hadn't realized.
At least I think so. I mean,
Mhm.
he gets close to whisper as he looks at Dollhouse. He's the one that we were buried in lava, right?
No, no, that man, uh, may he rest in peace, is departed.
Oh, okay. So
I
I.
suppose you haven't met then.
Oh, wait. Are you talking about the cockroach guy?
You can keep guessing all you like, but he wasn't in the world that we shared. You likely don't know him at all. He was only added to the contractors very recently.
Right, right. But if it's all the same to you, considering that I basically came in and made a mess for you, then I came in now and kind of just kept mess from happening. Let's just say we're even and just go our separate ways now.
His his smile is strained.
By the way, I was told to give this to anyone that recognized him. as Dollhouse pulls out a small note and hands it to Jay. Look at it in your own time, please. Not here.
I
So Ron is
see.
just looking at you as like I'm sorry, you have a what?
He takes it and pockets it.
Thank you. Now, the cops should be here in roughly 30 seconds, so...
Yeah, considering I'm still technically a vigilante, he he does his Wakanda forever thing, and he goes back to being normal because everyone here probably knows him now. So
Hey, as he taps you on the shoulder, go find Washi and make sure the child's okay.
oh yeah, don't worry. Last I saw, I think they were heading over where you threw that hand at, so I'm gonna head over there.
I'm going to deal with this one.
Yo, Zippo, you over here?
By the way, note requires to him. He's not here. He's currently a planet away, so to speak.
So could you repeat that?
The dollhouse looks back. By the way, the note refers to him. Don't worry, he's a planet away, so to speak.
Oh, yes. I think that if I'm right, you're referring to the one who was most prevalent in ruining my plans.
Echo, yes. She sends her regards, by the way, as Dollhouse walks towards police people whenever they arrive.
I'm sure that my benefactor sends his regards as well. Good luck.
Oh, by the
Thank
way,
you.
Washi, as you have been attempting to call the people, you do notice that there is a voicemail on your phone that you hadn't gotten to. Yeah, apparently while calling the police, somebody tried calling you. Would you like to listen to it?
Only if I get to lower the volume so that anyone around me doesn't hear it, because obviously.
Okay. So as you load the volume and whatnot, you hear Akia's voice. Akia, imagine for a second that you are being chased by a murderous, disturbing creature who has only strings, essentially, thread for a body, and is hell-bent on murdering your teacher.
So, if you want, I can describe it real quick as though he took off his trench coat.
Sure.
Okay. So, we'll say that you tweeted the phone call, in this case, immediately after you see him open up his coat. As what you see is not flesh and skin, at least not a lot of it. There does appear to be some that isn't wrapped in the stitching, but a lot of it is coming undone. The wires are spreading apart in a way that's honestly not unlike Dollhouse. Only it starts expanding more and more, and you start recognizing that what should be internal organs are in odd places. His heart is in the direct center of his chest, and it's not proper. You can watch as it's disconnected from most things, held together by thread, and rather than pumping of its own accord, you watch as the strings around it squeeze tightly to force blood in and out, as each organ seems to be wound together by more and more thread, shifting in place inside of the body as you watch his kidney swim from one side to another, as he looks directly at you, and you face down, Jack the Stitcher.
Well, shit.
Fuck. Okay. And we're running away, right? We're
yeah.
obvious. I really hope we're running away.
Well,
Okay,
you're
we're
still
running
attempting
away.
to save a child as well, as the villains on your side are attempting to take him. There's also the
Okay.
explosion guy, but he's hell-bent on finding your teacher and murdering her.
Oh,
So the question
shit.
is, what does the voicemail say?
Fuck. It's Dollhouse, but worse.
It's Dollhouse,
Yeah.
but worse.
Okay. So
And then the phone gets dropped.
Undertaker
Ron,
time.
you arrive and you see the child and you see me on the phone, yeah?
Pretty much, yeah. As they've gone quite a distance, trying to escape him. I'm assuming, but they're actually probably still over there, as Jack likely wouldn't let them go too far. And they also still have to save the other child too. You do
Then,
hear.
in that case, can't believe I'm already doing this. As I just drop the phone, I look to Ron and say, "Take care of her." Before there is the fluttering of the sound of fluttering wings, and my character disappears.
Yep.
Ooh, wait.
Yeah.
Ron is just kerfluffled as you know the thinking woman meme.
Uh-huh.
It's like,
Yeah.
and he's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So we'll
Wait!
just
My
we'll
phone
discuss.
drops down onto the ground.
So
Yeah.
Ron
Phone
goes to
rings.
pick it up, and he sees the voicemail. He
Yeah,
won't
it's a
click it.
yeah. You hear the exact same thing. You hear it's Dollhouse, but worse. And the only thing that pops into your head is, oh no.
Oh no.
It was also about 15 or so minutes
How-
before the current time ish.
Wait, 15. Good heavens.
Probably not
what?
15, but
That,
it was
that
several
encounter
minutes
lasted
earlier.
all of 80 seconds.
Well, you know, y'all
I
talking a lot.
That all took place in less than a minute.
Yeah, y'all. It was still a bit ago, but regardless, it probably lasted a little bit more than a minute. But
Wait, you said, hold up. You said that the phone call came in while I was trying to call 911.
yeah.
That was less than a minute ago.
How is that less than a minute?
Because the only things that happened between the phone call and the attempt at the phone call, like, was the short conversation between them and the destruction of the Shadow Beast,
Well,
which
my
was
My guess is that instead it did happen somewhere near the beginning of this encounter, but you had it turned off to focus better. So when you were trying to tap it for the later on when you try to tap for this, so let's say it was like more 20 or so minutes it had been sent to you since you before you saw it.
Maybe like 5 minutes, maybe a
Sin-
little bit less.
I will say, Sin, that it will have to have been within the last few minutes for reasons that I
Yeah.
can't say over the microphone right now that tie into abilities that are secrets.
Yeah, yeah. You
Can't
definitely
have been
felt.
more than a few minutes.
Yeah, you definitely felt the thing, but yeah, it was definitely like 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 minutes. At most four
That's
minutes
definitely believable.
before.
But
Yeah.
it has not been. If it had been 15 minutes, then that means that when Jack arrived and did all of that, I would have been unoccupied, which means I would have known.
Yeah, fair. So probably about 4 minutes at max ago. So it's definitely extremely worrying at the moment to you, because it was definitely a period of time. And if she dropped her phone, it's not good. But okay, so if you guys want to figure out what happens to
Now that Ron has it,
yeah, so you probably do you go to Dollhouse or do you go straight to them? Because you do have the child with you.
well, he is in his civilian clothes, so he takes the doll to doll.
The doll.
He takes the
Okay.
girl
To doll.
to dollhouse to be like, here she is. Also, Zippo's gone. Don't know how he left. He just vanished. You might want to look on that. Also, he plays the voice message of her again.
I'm sorry, Dollhouse.
You see Dollhouse like look at it and go, "Me, but worse." As a giant smile comes across his face, like a creepy smile. I'm interested to see this person. We'll do this later, though. As he looks at the little girl and he starts cracking jokes and smiling widely and doing silly little tricks. As you notice that he's doing all of this with his doll hand, while the other hand keeps the lady in the strings. Now the police should be here in a few minutes or a few seconds or roughly 30. I think.
Yeah.
See, how long has it been since then?
Dollhouse, you still have your strings around the area, right?
Oh, absolutely. He's
Can
got a
you
lot of
hear
them.
through them? Can you hear through them?
Nobody can feel them.
Technically, he sees through them. Because vibration and stuff, it gives him a sense of where people are.
Yeah.
Technically, if vibration is a part of it, he'd be able to translate it, but it would take him a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. That does mean that you could probably be able to hear what is said by the two contractors outside.
Almost
Probably.
certainly. Why the same?
So, Jay, you can hear him go, "You ended up making the wrong move here, Tanya. It's fine, though. You have your own agenda. In the meantime, I'll make sure that she gets out safely. Be a bit more careful next time. Try not to help the wrong side." You then hear Tanya scoff. "I'll help whoever I damn well please. Now get your ass back up there and keep managing this. Zen deserves a competent manager. But you'll have to do."
God. That is some beef. Alright. So, if you guys want to figure out what's going on with Akia's side, especially with the fact that when her teammate gets scared, she turns into a raging behemoth.
Well, actually, if she had gotten scared, don't you think we would have heard the giant roar of a monster from a little way across the
It is.
town?
It's across. It's across the town, though. You're not. It's not a guarantee that we'd be able to hear it,
Hmm.
especially since we were wrapped up in our own fight.
No, you'd better hear it, because
Probably the moment that she would have roared probably would have been the same moment that the hammer would have swung down.
Yeah. We'll say for convenience that's what happened. Yeah.
Anyways.
It's clearly plot convenience, but
Plot
yeah.
convenience. But anyway, so if you guys want to see what's going to go happen with those two teams and see whether or not we're going to have an actual casualty for once, that's not horrifying murder to a tiny anime girl. Bullshit him, yeah. Come join us tomorrow at 7 p.m. PST as we see their team and what's going to happen with the villains over there as well. We should have some very interesting players going on that side. High five buddy's secret has been
Phone.
Yep. So we shall see what will actually happen at that time. Alright, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Again, look in our About section if you want to find our channels to see our previous videos, and look in our schedule to see our normal schedule for the week. We stream 5 times a week, and follow us if you're interested in our content. And we'll see you guys on the next episode, which hopefully I will actually have the audio done properly, not 50 minutes of us wishing things would work. You know? Whatever.
Hey, if you think about it, that just means it's more of the same after the black screen, audio visual. What's next? We're not going to have the ability to taste the session.
Damn,
no,
it's
too
already
late.
happened.
It tastes like depression.
Yo, mood though.
It
Yeah.
tastes like chicken. Everything tastes like chicken.
Alright, we'll see you guys later. Auf Wiedersehen.
Arrivederci.
Piss
Later,
around.
bro.